Hey y'all, we are back and we have another funding opportunity. Now, we've talked about in other videos, how do we get access to investors? More importantly, angel investors, venture capitalists, anyone that is going to help us take our idea to implementation or help us scale our business, because we all know small business grants are absolutely amazing, free money that you do not have to pay back. But sometimes we want to go the easier route, which is to get an investor or to get a loan or build our business credit and get one of those business credit cards. But with this opportunity, y'all, and I've not seen this, too much. I've seen it, but not, the way that this grantor or funder rather is going to assist you all with funding your business. They're funding up to $100,000. But then on top of that, they're going to give you $100,000 worth of business services. So that is a grand total of $200,000 of funding opportunities, including resources for your business. On top of the money, you're going to do an 8-week cohort. And y'all know I love mentorship, because what that does is that puts you in the room with like-minded individuals. It helps you skip teachable moments. So even if you get this $100,000, you then will get access to more money, right? Because they're going to connect you with grantors. They're going to connect you with additional investors. And this specific investor, pre-seed, and most venture capital, because that's what it is, they are looking for folks that already got some traction. They're not really looking for people that are pre-seed, that's still trying to figure some things out. This funder is saying, no, we are willing to take that risk. But remember, y'all, when you are dealing with an investor, they looking for a percentage of your company. And I said this in the previous video where we talked about angel investors and funding opportunities is, do not go crazy with handing over equity, because you can say, well, I'm going to get $1 million for 51%. You no longer have control over that business. You no longer have control over decision making. Essentially, you're an employee now, which is what you did not want to be as an entrepreneur. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri. And on this channel, we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth. Because yes, money is good, but we want our business to serve generation after generation after generation. Check out that small business grant playlist, y'all. There are several opportunities. Y'all be asking me where the grants are. It's in the list. Okay, no business needed grants, no deadline grants, global opportunities. So wherever you are in the world, there's potentially a grant opportunity for you. And I am running a special on my book. It is buy one, get one free, y'all. And these books, specifically this workbook, is going to help you submit a successful grant application. It is 130 pages of content. It talks about if you get the grant, if you don't get the grant, applying for the grant, finding grants. There's quizzes in there. There's filling the blanks. There's sample answers. There is all things that is going to help you submit that successful grant application. And you purchase that book, you get the other book for free. And if you're like, I don't know, that's cool. Link in the description to the website. I want you to check out those 5-star reviews, and I want you to practice doing your due diligence before you spend money in any place, okay? And if you're like, I don't want to wait for these videos, I'm too tired, come to the Patreon. But y'all, I only post the link, okay? So you are not going to have any hand holding in there. It's literally a link to a grant. You do your own due diligence and then you get to applying, but you got the workbook, so it'll be a little bit easier for you. But I do post cohorts in there. I post articles. I post scholarships. I post internships. Anything that is going to help you get closer to submitting a grant application, as well as closer to generational wealth. Now, if you want me to possibly try to find a grant for you in your city, state, and or industry, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, and I will try, no promises, to find a grant for you in your city, state, and or industry. Now, back to this funding opportunity. As I said at the top of the video, $100,000 and $100,000 worth of services. And then they source customers from Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 companies to help you validate your product. They also assist you with fundraising. They also connect you with global investors. And of course, like I said, that mentorship, that cohort, and they're going to connect you with other founders and alumni that have participated in their previous cohorts. And there's no deadline. This is rolling. So once you're accepted, they just continue to start that specific program for you or the group of individuals that are coming in at the same time. They give you operational resources, y'all. HR, financial, legal, marketing. Essentially, we put in a lot of skin in the game because they definitely want to get a return on their investment. And this is why I say, please get into these mentorships. Okay. Yes, getting the money is amazing, but having someone hold your hand so you do not have to go through teachable moments is invaluable. And y'all, the questions that you have to answer, they want you to be more than concise. Most of these are allowing one sentence or two sentences. Describe your company. You only get 100 characters. So y'all, please make sure that you come out with a bang in whatever you're utilizing to answer this question. They also want to know, what problem are you solving? Most grantors, funders, they need to know, what are you solving for your customer? That's just going to be normal. And then, who is the product for? How are you going to acquire them? And are they currently using it? Then they want you to describe your business model. Are you making money? Because of course, they want to see how can they get a return on their investment. And then, how long have you been working on this? And if you're working on this full-time, part-time, if so, how long have you been doing that? Have you raised any capital? Because they want to be pre-seed, right? They want to be the first person in, because that also gives them a level of control. And when I say level of control, I don't mean that they get 51% of your business, but if this is your first investor, it's going to be more collaborative with them versus if they're number 3 or 4 and you've already been collaborating and built this rapport with 3 or 4 other investors. So it might be hard for them to come in and have some level of influence, unless you own Shark Tank. They'll have all the influence, but with this specific investor, that is one of the things that they're thinking about from a strategic perspective, is that they will be able to have more impact, more influence through collaboration with you. And then, how did you hear about them? My YouTube channel, Money Time with Ebony Dion ESQ. With all of that, y'all, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, city, state, and our industry, so I can possibly, no promises, find a grant for you in your city, state, and our industry. But with all of that, let's look at this funding opportunity. All right, y'all. This funding opportunity is sponsored by Forum Ventures. And I forgot to add that you get your decision within 2 weeks after you apply. They will reach out to you and say, yes, we're interested in moving further. And then they'll do their due diligence and you get the money within 1 week. So within 1 week, you could have $100,000. But remember, yes, grants are taxable income. So you want to make sure that you are setting aside a percentage for Uncle Sam, because we do not want to get $100,000 and we then owe back taxes. Now, as I said, we're not going to go through the application because we've already talked through that. But of course, this is for B2B individuals that are using software as a service, which is why they're connecting you with Fortune 500 and 1000 companies in order to validate your product and potentially have them as a customer. But I always say, scroll the website. We are going to look at their founders. So you scroll all the way down. These are the individuals that are going to be making the decision, coupled with other folks. So you want to really learn as much as you can about them before you complete the application, to make sure that not only are you speaking, and being true to yourself, but you are finding something that can resonate with the decision makers. Now, once you do all of this and peruse the website, you're going to click on Pitch Us, and that take you to the application. We're not going to go through the application because we've already went through the questions, but you're going to do all of this on your own, and then you're going to submit your application for possibly walking away with $100,000. Then you're going to come back here in 2 weeks. Let me know that you submitted a successful application for this $100,000 funding opportunity. We're going to celebrate you because that means that you submitted a successful application that is getting you closer to generational wealth, which are goals of this channel. But of course, check out that ebook, check out the workbook, check out the small business grant playlist, check out the Patreon, check out all things to help you submit a successful grant application and get you closer to generational wealth. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. As always, I'm grateful for you all for supporting me on this journey, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and I will see y'all next time.